Hey everyone, it is Rev Trev, and we're going to be diving into bad trade offers. I keep telling you, stop sending bad trade offers. Let's dive into the intro, and then we'll get into the topic of today.
Y'all ready for this? Yeah. Yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show where I love to do fantasy football content. And as you can see from the background, I'm a huge Green Bay Packers fan. Love my Green Bay Packers, but I love the NFL and I love talking about fantasy football. So if you want to compete and contend and win championships, baby, let's go. I love giving fantasy football advice and talking about strategy. And today we're going to be talking about the topic that every year we got to talk about, right? We got to talk about the bad trade offers that people said. Listen, stop sending awful trade offers. It doesn't work. You're wasting your time. It's one of those things where we just got to stop being weird like this. Okay, you got to stop being weird because I know you want to win a trade, and I do too. And we've all sent bad offers. Okay, I get it. I totally get it. But there's just offers that just die on the table. People are like, why isn't anyone responding my trade offer? It's so bad. I know friends that just when they get a bad trade offer, they leave it on there and just let it sit. They're like, how can this guy or this girl be real with this trade offer that they just sent me? And it's a legitimate question, right? It's a legitimate question. How can someone offer such a bad deal? Now I've done that before. I've made some really bad offers, but I've been trying to learn. There's a couple things you got to do. I'm going to show you one that I got today. Okay. Today, it is awful. It is bad. It is terrible. Okay. And so I want to dive into that one, but I'll tell you why there's not even going to be he didn't even get a counter. And I did look to counter. Trust me when I say that. I totally looked to counter, and I'm just like, we'll get into it in a moment. But I understand you have some needs on your team that you want to fix. Okay. I get that. I absolutely get that. But at the end of the day, it has to work for the other person too. And that's where these offers that are so lopsided, so ridiculous, so one way, it's just like so frustrating. Like literally, can I just tell you, you're wasting your time and theirs, like literally wasting their time. So it's my pet peeve. You're going to see me super passionate about this, but why do you continually people are like, oh, this is my initial offer. Well, it's so outrageous. Like I don't even respond. I just say, no, thanks. Actually, I do respond. I say, this trade only works for you. It only works for you. It doesn't work at all for me. So if you want to compete and contend and win championships and make trades that actually happen, listen, you got to follow some advice. Let me just show you a couple things first. This is pretty funny meme from the Family Guy. Hey, what are you in for? I drafted all my league mates handcuffs, and when their players gets hurt, I just hold their handcuff for king's ransom. Brian, there's some bad people in here. I mean, some of you guys, that's exactly what you're doing. That's what you're doing. You went and you picked up Mason, and now you're trying to trade him for CMC value. And it's like, no one's going to give you that. Come on, guys. Charbonnet needs to be picked up in all leagues right now, right? You can't just like say to him, hey, I got him. Do you want him? Do you want him for St. Brown? Do you want him for CD Lamb? Like, no. Why would you offer that? And people do it. It's I'm not even making this stuff up, everyone. So today, one of the owners in my league, now you're going to be shocked. Well, maybe you're not. And post your bad trade offers you've gotten, because we're going to get into like week 1 trade offers. Okay. Like thinking about week 1 trade offers, but this is what a guy said. He messaged me and said, sent you an offer. You need to upgrade wide receiver. I need to upgrade running back. Let's try to help each other out. So when I read that, I'm like, I highly doubt this is going to be something I would consider. I'm serious. Hey, Matt Ramage, good to see you. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Hope you're having a good night. Oh my goodness. Okay, Matt, you guys are watching this. I checked it out. Here, I'm going to show it to you right now. So I this is going to work for us mutually, right? I give up Breece Hall. I give up Breece Hall. And you give me Tank Dell and Luke Musgrave. I mean, I get that I'm a Packers fan, but who would ever push accept on this deal? Not me. Not me, man. So what I responded with was, bro, I have no interest in the deal like this. If you want Hall, I want a top wide receiver in return. Chase, Jefferson, St. Brown, etc. Okay, what I wanted to post was, not in a million years would I do this. This was the worst trade offer I've had this season, and I've had a few doozies. Okay, it's like, hey man, I'm gonna be doing you a favor and me a favor by sending this offer. I'm gonna give you now. Listen, I have Breece Hall as the number 2 fantasy running back on all my draft boards. Say I had a CMC higher because I thought CMC was going to have a healthy year. Because if CMC has a healthy year, he's number 1 on my list. He's hurt now. Guess who's the number 1 running back on my draft board, on many people's draft boards? Some of you have Bijan higher. I don't know why. And it's like Breece Hall is Breece Hall is my number 1 running back, and it's like, okay, he's desperate. Like his number 1 running back is Josh Jacobs. His number 2 is Zeke Elliott. No wonder he needs a trade like this. But why would I trade in a dynasty league Breece Hall for Tank Dell and Lucas Musgrave? Luke, I mean, so this is so. I said, I responded that way. I have no interest in a deal like this. If you want Hall, you need a top wide receiver, right? And then I said, Dell is okay, which I do think I like Dell. I think he's okay, but he's a tier 2, tier 3 wide receiver. Musgrave, I said, is droppable. Kraft outplayed him in week 1, and his quarterback got worse. Like Willis, we're talking Willis now. What you talking about, Willis? And his response was, okay, send me an offer of what you're thinking. Diggs is available as well. Okay, here's the thing. My team in the Dynasty League, week 1, had 134 fantasy points. That was the best in the entire league. I don't need to make a deal. You need to make a deal. I don't. Oh, let's make a deal. You know what happens in week 1 deals? They always do stuff like this. Oh man, he had a bad week. You must be worried. Hey, let me take him off your hands for you. Let me take him off your hands. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? I'm giving you one of the best, if not the best, fantasy football running back, and you're going to give me a guy who's on a loaded offense. I don't know which week Dell is going to be great and which one he's going to fail. Okay, I don't know. And so you might say, well, Trev, who are your wide receivers? Okay, who are your wide receivers? And that's a good thing. I'll just post it here, who my wide receivers are right now, okay? This is who I got. Now, granted, I don't think I have the best wide receivers. And he is right, okay? He is right. I have Devontae Adams, again, Dynasty, Jaden Reed, which I am thrilled about, by the way. Brian Thomas Jr., I love that guy. Christian Watson, Brandon Cooks, and Sutton. Sorry. I'm not saying this is better. Does Tank Dell improve this? Yes, he does. But how much? I don't know, guys. Like I want to show you something here. I want to show you a stat, and I'm just telling you this right now. Like if you can trade right now or some way with Willis playing and Reed not playing. Like Reed not going to get the numbers, but look at this stat. First 85 career touches, Jaden Reed, 1,100 total yards, 13.1 yards per touch, 12 touchdowns, 14 plays of 30 plus. Look at Tyreek Hill in his first 85. He is torching Tyreek Hill. Am I saying that Jaden Reed is better than Tyreek Hill? No. What I'm saying is the future's bright for Jaden Reed. I'm all in. So when you get a trade offer like this, you're like, okay, I could start Tank Dell, but I would regress with Breece Hall. And it's like, wow. And my running backs are absolutely stacked in this league too. Let me just bring them up for you because it is wild, everyone. I still can't believe I have this is my dynasty league running backs. Breece Hall, Barkley. Stop there. Pacheco, Mostert, Javonte Williams, and I picked up Madison and Jamal Williams off of waivers. I mean, barring injury, I should be good. Everyone. And that's my strength. And so yeah, that's where I'm at. Like, this is what I got offered, everyone. Like, is there anybody who would actually accept? I didn't even counter. Like, he's like, hey, well, just let me know. It's like, okay. And I looked at his team. He's got a lot of great wide receivers. He really does. He's got, and he goes, oh, I have Diggs, by the way. He goes, I got Diggs. I can throw in as well. If you've offered me Diggs and Tank Dell for Hall, I wouldn't do that deal. I wouldn't. And I know a lot of you might think to do that, but I wouldn't do that. I would maybe trade Pacheco to him, but even that, I just rather, like, it's hard to find running backs, everyone. And everyone's like, oh, zero RB strategy. Yeah, I mean, in my league, I could have done zero RB. In fact, that's what he did. And he's got Zeke Elliott as his second running back. He's the one who said, oh, I've got Diggs available. It's like nobody wants Diggs right now for anything of value. He's loaded at wide receiver, but his running backs are so bad. All right, I want to show you a trade I did pull off, though. So it is interesting in certain leagues where you can like put out and say, hey, I'm looking for this, or I have this player on. And so my buddy, Let Us Pray, he's got an awesome show, by the way. You can go check him out. It's Falcons Therapy. Does an awesome show. I think all of his tags are Let Us Pray. It's I should just bring up the graphic for you to see, but just go check out his stuff. And Steven said, he goes, hey guys, I want Terry, who is it? McBride? No, is it Terry? It's McBride. McBride is available. Okay. McBride is available. Okay. And I'm like, why would he be trying to move McBride? Like, that makes no sense to me why he wants to trade McBride. I mean, McBride was the best tight end at the end of last season. Like, I think he had the most fantasy football points per game for a tight end last season. Like, that's how he was great. And he says, I've got him available. Okay. I got him available. And here's the thing. I looked at his team. He's got Isaiah Likely. He drafted Isaiah Likely, or he picked him up before the season started or something crazy like that. And then he has Kyle Pitts. This is a redraft, guys. This is a redraft. This is my king of the NFC North League. You can go watch these ones. I actually only picked NFC North players in this league just for fun. That's how I drafted. And I got messed up. I couldn't get the quarterbacks. Then Jordan Love went down, and I didn't get him. But anyways, so him and I are in this league, and I'm sitting there going, I'm trying to just fill my team with NFC North guys, but it's so hard. So I'm like, I got to trade for guys that have value that I can trade to get NFC North guys. Okay. So anyways, long story short, he's like, I want to trade McBride. I'm like, okay. And nobody's biting. Nobody's sending him offers. So I sent him this and he accepted it. He thought about it and accepted it. And I'm stoked, guys. Like, I got Trey McBride. Is Trey McBride? What? I don't even know his name anymore. I got McBride for Madison, who I just picked up off of waivers, and Addison for McBride. I'm happy with this deal. I mean, he's happy with it too. He likes Addison, and that's great. That's great. It worked out. Why did that trade work? Because I said, okay, he wants a wide receiver, running back. I'll offer him this. Now, some of you said, this is a terrible trade. Trev, no, I hit what he needs. And he was like, man, I've got to move. I've got 3 tight ends. I need to move one. I want to improve my roster. So he'd hit the accept. Now, sometimes trades like this will happen, and I get it. I was expecting him to kind of like counter or whatever. And he was like, no, I'll take that deal. I'll take that deal. So the other one is like, I didn't go after his best player, everyone. I went after the guy he wants to move. He told the league that he wants to move this guy. And I know that that's what my other buddy was doing in the other league. But then he said, Diggs is available. Then he sends an offer for Tank Dell, which I don't mind Tank Dell at all. I think Tank Dell and Diggs are similar in production at the end of the year. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. Right. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Now, just a reminder, I said to him in that other deal, the other one, that Musgrave is droppable. Like, as a Packers fan, I know this, right? Guess what happened in another one of my leagues? My buddy dropped Luke Musgrave for Noah Fant. I told him it wasn't in the league that we were in, but I'm just saying, like, people are dropping Musgrave, so it wasn't. I'm not even going to counter. I don't think, because it's not worth it to me. It's not worth it at all. So, hey, Vinny, nice to have you here. Go Pack Go! As I do fantasy football content, I love wearing other jerseys as well. This is my Jim Brown Cleveland Browns jersey. I wear it every once in a while. I've got a few other ones, but I am a diehard Packers fan. So go Pack Go, man. Go Pack Go. Oh, hey, Captain Joking. That's awesome, man. Thanks for being a huge fan of the show already. A sub. Quick question. Am I a buffoon for wanting to start Worthy over Adams and Neighbors? That's a great question. And I'm glad you're here and you're asking it, because at the end of the day, you've got to control your team. So if that's what you want to do, you can do it. Now, I wouldn't do that personally. Because Worthy, I believe, had 3 touches and had 2 touchdowns. Okay. So that's hard when someone's touchdown dependent. So I wouldn't start Worthy this week. I would still see how they use him. It was one game. And will he have other big weeks? Absolutely. But I would start Adams over Worthy. And to be honest, maybe Worthy over Neighbors. I think Neighbors is the most talented rookie wide receiver. Yes, you heard me say that right. So I'm a huge fan, but he doesn't have the quarterback play that's going to sustain him. Worthy's value comes from his speed, and he has Mahomes, right? So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I would personally start Adams and Neighbors both this week, but if you wanted to start Worthy over Neighbors, I'm cool with that. It's your team. Do what you want. But I love it. And thanks so much for loving the show, for hitting that. Can you tell other people about my show too, guys? That would be great. That'd be awesome. Jordan Love might return soon. I keep hearing that. Now, just a heads up regarding Jordan Love. I love Jordan Love. Like, I cannot believe our Packers got him. Like, he's really great. Okay. But here's the thing about Jordan Love, all this thing, oh, he's questionable for this week. He's not playing this week, everyone. It's smokescreen. It's so that the other team has to prepare and say, okay, they're going to say, well, we got to prepare for Jordan Love. We got to prepare for Malik Willis. Like, honestly, I don't think he's going to play this week. Is he going to play next week? Maybe. My guess is he's going to play week 3. It's going to be a 3 or 4 week injury, and he'll be back, and he'll be lights out, guys. I want him to be healthy. So whatever gives him the best chance to be healthy, that's what I want for him. Now, I am nervous, man. Vinny, I am nervous for Jordan Love, for Malik Willis being our quarterback. I think Sean Clifford should be the guy, honestly, but because he knows our system, he knows everything. But I mean, Malik's only been for 2 weeks, so. Bo Nix or Jordan Love? Like, are you talking like for this week? Are you talking like real life fantasy, like real life football? Real life football is Jordan Love, and it's not close. But if you're talking about fantasy wise, I mean, obviously, I would still want Jordan Love because he's going to produce more points. I like Bo Nix, though. I think he's a good player. I like his demeanor. I thought he played pretty good. But for fantasy football, it's not close, man. Vinny, it's not close. It's Jordan Love by a mile. Now you're saying, hey, Trev, Jordan Love's not playing. Well, obviously, then you start Bo Nix. You know what I mean? But this week, you do not start Jordan Love unless if he plays, you start Jordan Love. Bo Nix is still too fresh, too raw. But I don't think Jordan Love plays this week. So, but I have Jordan Love in tons of leagues. Last year in all my dynasty leagues, I picked them up for free. I made little trades to get these guys. So, Vinny, don't try to play Bo Nix if Jordan Love's out, which I think he will be. So that's crazy. Okay, guys, just so you know, this trade that I got offered, I sent it to my friend Peter, right? This Brees one, and he's a huge Brees Hall fan. He just laughed. He's like, "Are you kidding me?" He's like, the guy's trying to act like he's doing you a favor. He's going to help you out, right? So, but I want to just remind you, because he's not here right now. Peter usually does a lot of my shows with me, a few of my shows with me for fantasy. And I want to show you him and I went head to head week 1. Oh man, I almost doubled them, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Peter gives me a call and he's like, hey, Trev, I just want to say congratulations on week 1. You think? It's like I felt bad. I didn't message him. I was the best team in the league, and he was the worst. I'm not saying his team's bad. I'm just saying they had a bad week. Oh, Peter. All right, everyone. So when it comes to fantasy football trades, make sure that you're sending offers that are worth it. Yeah, Tyreek Hill was bad versus the Bills week. In fact, there was a lot of bad fantasy football stuff, and it's stuff. Okay, so just Vinny and for everyone, I wholeheartedly believe that fantasy football is not an exact science. I call it educated guessing. You're putting your best foot forward. You're putting the best players on your team against the best matchups, all those kinds of things, right? Everything matters. And Tyreek Hill's a guy you just can't sit. You just can't sit. Okay. Nobody thought that he was going to have a bad week. But even Josh Allen, they scored 30 something points, and Josh Allen had like awful fantasy points. Was the number one fantasy quarterback last year. Last few years, he's been number one or number two. And it's just a bad week. It just is. And A-Chain was the guy you wanted to start, but Coleman wasn't good. Kincaid wasn't good. Jaden Waddle wasn't good. So it was one of those things. Guys. So just really interesting to watch, to see, to check it out. And so that's where we're at. So it happens sometimes. And so I've got one last thing before I go. I gotta head out, but I want to just show you, this is my flex options, guys, for this week. Okay. And I sent it to my friends, so I'll bring it up and I'll just copy and paste what I sent to them. But where did it go? No, it's here. Okay. So sorry, I should have had this ready. Okay. So PPR flex question. Okay. Pick one of these guys. Oh, and it's not gonna come up properly. Okay. Pick one of these three. Okay. I've got to go with either Jaden Reed, Jameis Williams, who had a monster week. By the way, I gotta put commas between these guys. Okay. Or Neighbors. I mean, to me, this is a really difficult question, a really good, difficult one, because I want to pick Jaden Reed. I think Jaden Reed's the no-brainer, but without Jordan Love, if Jordan Love plays, I'm playing Jaden Reed. But I love Neighbors, and he had a decent rookie debut. Like, you look at what Marvin Harrison Jr. had, and then you look at what Neighbors had and Brian Thomas Jr. had. Like, I know it's 1 week, okay, everyone, but Jameis Williams, I loved his breakout game. But St. Brown's not going to only have like 13 passing or receiving yards. So I think that's going to balance out. The thing about this one is Jameis Williams has the most steady quarterback at the moment, because I don't think Jordan Love plays, and Daniel Jones is terrible. So it just is what it is, right? So yeah, that's my big dilemma for this week. I'm leaning Jaden Reed if Jordan Love plays. I don't think he plays. And then I think I can't go wrong with Jameis Williams or Neighbors. I'm happy with either one. I think they're going to get around the same points anyways. So, and that's the other piece to it, is that Jaden Reed will probably run the ball as well. And then Daniel Jones is not an NFL caliber quarterback. You're not kidding. In fact, I believe I have. Did I post the picture? No, I didn't post the picture. I have a hilarious one of what's his name? Week one. I've got to have. Do I have the Daniel Jones stat? It's awful. It's awful. Worst bench room ever. No, I don't have it here. But let me just show you the worst week one lineup. This is terrible. Imagine starting this lineup right here: Caleb Williams, Marvin Harrison Jr., Chris Olave, Javonte Williams, Mostert, who got hurt, Ingram. Guys, Ingram, Legatron, and the Washington Commanders had -3. You would have had 17.42 points. That's the worst. That would be the worst. That would be awful. So don't panic in week one. This is the thing. Trades come our ways, guys. And most people are trying to give you trades in the first couple of weeks. They're trying to rip you off. So be careful. Absolutely be careful. But Marshawn Lloyd might debut this game, but he needs to hold on to that football tight. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I would love to see him come play. He looks dynamic to me, but I've got him stashed in a whole bunch of leagues. If you have a roster spot, you might want to just put Marshawn Lloyd at the bottom of there and just see how he does and just hold on to them. And I benched my Bills defense. And I mean, that made sense because, I mean, I thought Tyreek Hill and Waddle and A-Chain were going to have good days, and only one of them did. So Tua was terrible, and I feel really bad about his injury. I don't think he should be. I mean, if you have a head injury like that, I don't understand why you're sliding head first. You should be going feet first, and that's what happens. So anyways, I gotta run, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this fantasy football video. I do Packers content. I do fantasy football content. So hit the like and subscribe. Follow me on all the socials. I'd really appreciate it. You can follow me on TikTok, on Facebook, on Twitch, on YouTube, of course. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers there. And also somewhere else. Not Instagram. I'm somewhere else. I can't remember the other one is. I think there's 5 places you can find me. Have a great day. And I hope you win your fantasy league this week. And hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.
Y'all ready for this?